Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Katrina Ness with Ted Ings, and we are here with the Appraisal and Reconditioning panel. We have Patrick Janes from Auto Cox Automotive and Shon Kingrey from Kayser Automotive.
Everybody, welcome to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. Thank you for being here. Patrick, great to see you again.
Thank
Patrick, talk to us about some things like features and functionality that are missing from appraisal tools today.
Well, at Cox Automotive, we have the Kelley Blue Book brand, right? So we do a lot of consumer research, and the one we did recently was kind of enlightening. So remember when we were all freaked out about customers only visiting 1.5 dealerships, when they did their shopping, and we're like, oh my gosh, they're not coming to 3, 4 dealerships like they used to. Well, I'll give you another one, all right? So the average person going to trade their car today already has 2.6 offers in their pocket for that trade-in.
Wow.
So I think that's kind of shifted the consumer. And I'll go a step further since we're at Northwood here with young people amongst us. The Gen Ys, all right, 30% of them have 4 to 6 offers in their pocket. So they're even shopping deeper when it comes to trading in their car. So I think that has made us at Auto and Inventory Management Solutions try to rethink how we can support dealers with trying to adopt these trade-ins in the marketplace.
And it's shined a lot of light on how important the appraisal is in the sales process.
Absolutely.
Another question is, how important is OBD2 data in the appraisal process?
I'm going to defer to this guy here because he's more technical than I am when it comes to that, and he's on the front line.
I think the OBD2 process is integral, and this whole subject is really something I'm very passionate about. If you have the chance to scan a car on appraisal, listen, I'm not saying buyers are liars or that cliche is out there, but it's true. If they can hide a code, they're going to hide a code, and there's a way to do it. But now the systems are so sophisticated, you can't hide it for long. It's going to store that code. It's going to be there. Disconnecting the negative battery cable to make that go away, it's kind of a thing of the past. It's going to be there. And you talk about appraisals and where silos happen inside of a dealership and the walls grow. The walls can stop between used cars and service because of the appraisal. Because if it's got a bad transmission, we don't want it coming back in 2 months and everybody's taking a bite of that. It's not good for anybody.
And at Auto, we have to do 2 things. One, we need to help you win the deal. But we also, because we're providing you with technology and solutions, we want to protect the dealer from making a bad decision.
Correct.
So we are really rethinking our whole appraisal process and the solution that we have to be able to integrate that type of technology, the OBD2, to make sure that you can have it all in the same place when you're making that decision to be able to appraise that car. And I think that's where the technology is really evolving, and it's going to help dealers make better decisions, but also eventually lead to a better presentation to the consumer so that we can get those cars that we desperately need.
So Patrick, let me ask you first, and then I'll come to Shon on the retail side, this question. What additional data do you include when you communicate the appraisal amount to the customer?
So I think at Auto, we've pride ourselves in having great local market data and providing insights because we believe that you should know what you're going to retail the car for before you decide what you're going to pay for it, right? Mm-hmm. We preach that all the time. And so I think we've done really well at identifying that retail opportunity where I think we can help dealers, and I'm sure Shon's got some really good insights on this, of how to identify what the cost is going to be in order to figure out what you need to pay for the car, right? Those reconditioning expenses, identifying damage on the car more thoroughly. We talked about, the OBD2, any mechanical issues that may be hidden there. And that's where we're digging in deeper because we think that we need better integration, better guides for the dealer or the appraiser, which is not always a guy that is an expert like yourself. It may just be a salesperson with a mobile app walking around their car and making sure that feedback's coming back to the appraiser so they can make better decisions.
Well, I think accountability is the key word here. Now with Auto and the appraisals, you have a salesperson out there taking 102 pictures of the car, and the used car manager may never even go out and see the car. Mm-hmm. And when it gets inside the shop and you realize it's got 3 different color greens and it's got unmatched tires, which you can't certify car on, those are things that if you caught at the appraisal, will kill a deal. That makes that used car a boat anchor is what it makes. And again, it creates that silo in the wall. And like, well, you're just trying to bury the car. You're going to try to make me marry the car. We're not. It just is what it is. But the salesperson's worried about selling the car. Yeah. They're not worried about what happens to that trade.
Right.
So what values do you use to come up with the final appraisal number?
I mean, what we try to get dealers to steer away from is, part of Cox Automotive is Manheim Auto Auction, right? And everybody loves a good MMR value, right? The Manheim Market Report that says, here's what this car is worth at wholesale. Well, guess what? Most of the cars we're trying to trade in, we're not thinking about wholesaling.
Right.
So we try to get them off of that wholesale number because they have to win the car from the customer. So we try to get them to look at that retail value and then work their way back. The key is they still have to cover all those expenses and the investment that they need to make. And I think that's what's important. And what we also found in that KBB research is that the consumer now wants you to explain why you deducted the amount you did from that car's value for some of those damage items. They just want transparency and explanation. And so we're hoping to help the dealer identify those things more in a line item approach rather than saying, hey, every car we bring in, on average, we spend $1,500 in reconditioning. Well, you're going to miss a lot of cars if that's your, the way you subtract from your retail value and come up with the offer for the customer. So we are, again, reinventing our appraisal solution, and we are going to deliver something by NADA this year. So we're excited about that. But I think it's really going to help our customers and our clients really deliver a better number and a convincing number to the consumer, which in my mind, we have not done a great job in the past. We kind of left that to the dealer. You go sell them on the number. We'll give you a good number, but you go sell them the number. And I think we can do a better job by giving the dealer some tools to be able to convince the consumer that it's the right number for the car.
Right.
I think you can go a step further where whether you're an NCM person or you're an NADA person, you have a line item in your books that show you what average recon is, okay? You need to go back into vAuto and see what was set up on the car when they did the appraisal. Oh, the car needs $400. Well, again, if it's got 3 different shades of green and it needs tires, then you have to hold people accountable that there was a separation there. And generally speaking, you'll find when, again, where the silos come from, if the appraisal and the actual recon were so far apart, that's always the people that have the highest policy, because eventually you're going to have to fix the car at some point.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Shon, as a follow-up, in the past, appraisals were really not such a scientific type thing, but now Cox Automotive is changing the game, adding technology and a blend of technologies to really give us data and analytics now to really make it more of a scientific approach.
Right, and Ted, I'm telling you, on the fixed op side, we don't want that controversy. We don't want you coming back and saying, oh, you missed this, you missed this, you missed this. And we don't want the client back upset that you missed this and you missed all these things. We'd rather do it on the front side. It's easier for everybody.
Shon, you made an earlier point. You said, it's that salesperson out there walking around the car, and then the appraiser doesn't necessarily even see the car. But what's in it for the salesperson to take the time to really identify all these issues? They don't want the confrontation, right? Because they have to explain it to them. And so again, this is where we think vAuto, we can do a better job of the payoff for taking the time to appraise the car effectively. If we give them a good presentation, we'll probably leverage the KBB brand because it's a trusted source in the industry. And if we can come back out to the consumer and say, this is what we found with your car, these are transparent, they're clear, they're based on industry calculations, then the salesperson feels like, wow, okay, I put the energy in, and now I have a convincing document to be able to review so that I'm not just saying, well, the guy back there says your car is worth X. Right. Nobody wants to go out there like that because it's always confrontational.
Right.
And gentlemen, anything you want to add on determining reconditioning cost? Anything, Patrick, you'd like to add to that?
Well, I think, we talked about it. If we can get to the point where we are connecting each of those items as you walk around the car and explaining to the customer what the value is of all of those items that have to be fixed. So we always used to say, hey, your car's worth KBB excellent value, right? And the customer goes, yes, because that's the one I looked at when I went online. That's the one I cared about. They didn't look at good or fair or anything else, right? They looked at the top number. But in order for us to get the car to be a KBB excellent vehicle when we sell it, we have to do these things, right? But we have to tell you how much each of those items are going to cost and be clear to you, whether it's tires or whether those items are on there, and say, these are the numbers we came up with. And I think most consumers have spent money on their cars in the past, and they know what they haven't done, and you can have a rational discussion with them.
And Patrick, finally, I've noticed that here at Northwood University, Cox Automotive has a great presence. I want to thank you. I can't tell you how many retailers have told me, Cox Automotive is going to be there. Do you know Patrick Janes? Okay, I went to his class. Okay, you've got amazing things going on with the lab. So thank you for all that you and Cox do for our industry.
Well, thank you. It's been truly an honor to teach up here for over 6 years now. And it's one of my probably most fulfilling pieces of my career that I've gotten to be able to do. I just kind of right place at the right time, and Cox Automotive is supporting me 100%.
Everybody, we're here at Northwood University. We're with Shon Kingrey and Patrick Janes. Patrick with Cox Automotive. Don't go away. We're going to be right back.